Hello and welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Locke, with an E. This is the show. It's the show that I love to present because we're going to change your life tonight. Not only are we going to change your life, but specifically we're going to change your sleep. We're going to make it better, we believe. And we're going to do that with some of the finest quality bedding that money can buy. Bedding, Rob, I hear you say. Now wait. Believe it or not, this bedding is magic. Not literally, but it has incredible properties. Duvets, pillows, mattresses, and pillowcases. I always ask this at the start of every one of these shows. If you're tuning in and you've never heard of Mulberry Silk and Mulberry Silk bedding, please just give us 20 minutes of your time, because I promise you within that 20 minutes, it could literally change your life. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but we'll prove it. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you have already had your life changed for the better by Mulberry Silk, as always, I invite you, if you bought maybe from the last show or the show before, send us an email, studio@shopontv.co.uk, and please tell us your experience. Let's convert the nation to Mulberry Silkers. What is a Mulberry Silk duvet? It's a duvet with Mulberry Silk in it. What is Mulberry Silk? Well, this is AAA grade Mulberry Silk, considered the very finest that money can buy. Absolutely, hands down, cannot buy better no matter how much money you have. It will keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. It will wick away up to 30% of its weight in moisture, keeping you dry at night. It has a 10-year guarantee. It has the Allergy UK seal of approval for effectiveness against live dust mites. Dust mites don't like to live in silk. And there's so much more. Oh, and by the way, it's got a 10-year guarantee on a duvet, 2-year guarantee on a pillow. You can return them if you're not happy. If everything we tell you in the next 20 minutes is not true and is not your experience, we'll also give you a money-back guarantee where you can return them. So tonight, you're not going to buy Mulberry Silk bedding. You're going to try Mulberry Silk bedding and join the revolution. And here is the fearless leader of that revolution, the man whose company has been around for over 60 years. This is the official distributor and representative of Mulberry Silk products in the UK from the official Mulberry Silk Company, or Manufacturing Company Limited, which is a Canadian company. It's the one, the only, Ray Kennedy.
Hi, Rob.
Hello, Ray. How are you?
That was a lovely introduction.
Oh,
thank you very much.
Lovely introduction for a lovely gentleman.
Thank you. Nice of you to say so. I'm looking forward to the show.
So am I. Thank you for coming
Yes.
this strange hour.
It's not strange to me.
No.
It's a privilege to have work to come to.
I agree. And do you know what's even more of a privilege? This literally is a feel-good product, because it is, and what I love about it, when I say it will change people's lives, it really can.
Yeah, as far as sleep is concerned, anyone who buys this product this morning, from what I know, having spoken to people about it for 35, 36 years, as far as sleep is concerned, this product will, without shadow of doubt, change your life. You will experience a level of comfort which you simply cannot get if you sleep under duck, goose feather, or man-made fibers. This is not an ordinary duvet. You can buy ordinary duvets in any shop in the United Kingdom. This you can only buy from my own company at a live demonstration at an exhibition, or from Shop on TV. We only supply one person in the whole of the United Kingdom, Shop on TV. By doing that, we can keep the price low. And this is important. I mentioned this at the beginning of the show. We are offering our products this morning at a price which is slightly less, this is hard to believe actually, which is slightly less than we were charging for it when we first sold it in TV 23 years ago.
Amazing.
So it is amazing. It's a compliment to the buyers here at Shop on TV.
Let's look at the prices, shall we? So we have available single, double king and super king. Now, I have to warn you, we've only got 6 of the single left. So if you want the single, you need to order it and check out and pay for it quickly. Remember, you've got a money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, you literally can get your money back. The only thing it will cost you is the P&P, because we have to pay the postman. So that's £139. And we're going to get into pricing in a moment. Usually they're £169. Doubles are normally £239. We have them for £179. The King's normally £259. We have it for £199. And the Super King, £279 usually, but we have it for £219. And there are only 15 of the Super King left. So maybe you've got a king-size bed and you want to upgrade to a Super King duvet and get what they call that hotel drape. Every duvet has 2 ingredients, if you want to call them that. Number 1, AAA grade Mulberry Silk, and then Egyptian cotton on the outside, and a 10-year guarantee. And, oh, I forgot to say, they are machine washable. Yeah, you can wash your duvets and your pillows and your pillowcases. Can't wash the mattress because it won't fit in the machine. But 10 years is a drop in the ocean when it comes to
it is, Rob, because the duvets we have in my bed at home, and now come the beginning of August, I think it is, will be 31 years old. My wife washes them on average maybe three times a year.
Yeah.
When you wash them a cold wash, 30 degrees. You can either tumble dry or line dry. And once or twice a year, on a warm sunny day, if you're lucky enough to have a garden, drop it over the washing line in the garden, and the UV rays of the sun totally purify and cleanse it.
Yeah.
You never have to pay to have it laundered or dry cleaned. The largest one we make is the Super King. It weighs 2.2 kilos, so it will fit easily into any standard UK machine.
Yes.
Dust mites cannot live in this. Dust mites don't like silk. That's not Raymond saying that. That's not Rob saying it. It's the United Kingdom Allergy Board saying it. And I've brought the Allergy Board certificate with me so you can examine it at your leisure.
As far as we know, it's the only duvet that carries that certificate, isn't it?
Every bedding company in the whole of Britain would love to have this Allergy Board certificate. It is a coveted certificate and it's very difficult to get. So much so, we are the only company currently selling silk duvets anywhere in the United Kingdom or Europe that has this coveted certificate. Now, you'll notice something here, 2 things in actual fact, I would like to bring to the viewer's attention. Number 1, at the bottom here, you'll see it's issued for 1 year at a time. This one was issued yesterday. You can see the date. I don't know if the camera can pick it up.
Yeah, we're going to get it.
This is now running to 23rd of July, 2026. This was issued yesterday. Now, the Allergy Board do this for a reason. They're very clever people. Very often you go into a place of business,
hold it nice and still.
there are certificates in the wall, and they've been there for 30 or 40 years. And sometimes these certificates, they're brown with age.
Yeah.
And that cannot happen with us. The Allergy Board, unannounced, can walk into our premises at any time, as often as they want, check that our premises are hygienic and clean, and that all of the claims we are making in television are accurate and true. And interestingly, we have this certificate for Canada. I was in Canada over the weekend selling duvets. Canada, USA, United Kingdom, Iceland, Ireland, all of the EU countries, New Zealand and Australia.
But can I just say, Ray, that's the old certificate we've got a graphic of, but the one Ray is holding is
one
the
I've got
reviewed
here,
one,
that,
August 2026.
I'll just hold it here.
We need to update the one that we
camera.
have in the graphics, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I brought these, it's not the production crew's fault. I brought these with me. I drove down here this evening, and they were only issued yesterday, so I brought these with me, and they haven't had time to swap it over.
Yes, exactly.
Right, so just apologise on their behalf.
Thank you, Ray. That's very kind of you. Taking one for the team.
Now, what I was going to say was that very often what satisfies the authorities in Canada will not satisfy the authorities in Australia. But in this occasion, the quality of the product is so high and the manufacturing process is so perfect, they can find no fault. And as a consequence, they've issued this certificate to our company. It's a wonderful thing to have this certificate. If you have any member of your family who suffers from allergies, please buy them one of these duvets. It's dust mite free and it will help them tremendously.
Ray, can we please get into why these duvets are so special? Because the reason I say that, this is more than just luxury bedding. Silk has actual properties that do some pretty special things. And if you are sleeping on a synthetic duvet or one that is filled with any kind of feather, it's going to attract bacteria, dust mites. In fact, over a period of time, much of the weight of the duvet will be dust mites, live ones, their carcasses from their dead relatives, and their droppings. And that's just a fact. So, and you can't machine wash synthetic. You can't, and I think you'd have to have a specialist cleaning job done on any kind of feather product. But also, they trap heat.
Right.
They get too hot. You overheat. You take the duvet off, and then you put it back on again when you cool down.
Well,
so silk counters all of that.
Well, Rob, I'm in a fairly privileged position. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
For 250 days of every year, you'll find me at a live exhibition somewhere, sitting on a stand, talking to the public about their likes and their dislikes as far as bedding is concerned. Now, I've been doing that with silk for 36, 37 years. So I have a certain amount of knowledge as to what the public like and their dislike. Now, the biggest problem the public have with man-made fibers, with duck, goose, or feather, when they're in bed at night, the biggest problem they have, I would say 90% of all the people I speak to, they get too hot in bed, not too cold. They're waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, one leg dangling out the bed, backside sticking out the duvet, duvet off, duvet on, duvet off, duvet on. Now they're awake when they should be asleep. And the reason why they're awake, or the part of the reason why they're awake, a big part, is the fact they're simply too hot. They're gasping for breath. Now, silk stops that happening. When people see a silk duvet for the first time, when they can actually touch it physically, every single person, they say the same thing, Rob. They say, this is very, very thin. Will it keep me warm in the winter? And before I can answer, they then say, what TOG rating is it?
Yep.
Now, the answer to both of those questions is quite simple. There is no official TOG rating with silk. The reason being, silk is a low conductor of heat. It retains heat in a different fashion to, say, duck, goose feather, or any man-made fiber. You don't need bulk when you have silk. And the second part of it is the magic of silk. In the summer, it reverses. Warm in the winter, cool in the summer. People say, how is that possible? Well, I don't know. Only one person knows, Mother Nature. She's had the secret under lock and key for 5,000 years. But most of the women watching this program know that silk is a very special fabric. It's something unique. Now, this duvet, it only has two parts to it. The top cover, Egyptian cotton, 230 thread count. Anything over 180 thread count is considered to be luxury, so there's no problem there. The silk within the top cover is AAA grade Mulberry silk. Now, what I'm going to say next, I would advise any viewer, for their own peace of mind, to check it out on a computer. Go into Wikipedia or Google, type in all about silk, and this is what they will tell you, word for word. Within the silk industry, the professionals, they consider mulberry silk to be the king of silks, the best of the best. So the top cover Egyptian cotton, AAA grade mulberry silk, manufactured by a company with a stellar reputation for quality. It has a 10-year warranty, a money-back guarantee. Don't like it? That's virtually impossible for anyone not to like it. Send it back. We'll refund your money with the same speed we take it from you, no problems. So you have nothing to lose by trying this special product. I would say to anybody watching, if you're thinking about buying one this morning, please consider it as an investment. You're not going to have to buy another one in 6 or 7 years' time. We guarantee it for 10 years, but the duvets we have in my bed at home are 31 years old. And I constantly get people who walk past our stand and they go, give me the thumbs up like this, and they say, got one, had it 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Happens all the time. It's a special product.
It's when you think about this, if you're middle-aged now, your duvet, when you buy a Mulberry Silk duvet, may outlive you. And if you buy it for your kids, then they will be middle-aged before they might even consider having to buy another duvet. But here's the thing, questions we always get. Number one, can you put a duvet cover on it? Absolutely. However, there is a caveat. Please don't go and put polyester or some kind of synthetic fibre on it, because you'll completely block all of the benefits of the silk. Only put cotton on it, and I would recommend Egyptian cotton if you can, long fibre Egyptian cotton, just like the cover of the duvet. I went to Amazon when we got the crew house and I got all my Mulberry Silk. I've got the cocoon mattress, I've got the duvet, I've got the pillows. And so I think I paid £15 for an Egyptian cotton, 300 thread count, long fibre cotton fitted sheet, and I think I paid about 20 for a duvet set. And you can get them in all different colours. You don't have to put one on because this looks lovely on a bed if white is your motif, your colour motif. Yeah. But if you want to put duvet covers on, you can. And by the way, on the pillows, we often get questions about pillow protectors. Now, I do have pillow protectors on my pillows in Warrington, in our crew house, not at home. And that's only because I thought we were going to be sharing, I was going to be sharing the room. But make sure they're 100% cotton, no plastic filling or anything like that.
Well, you might as well buy quality. You know, Rob, at the end of the day, nothing beats quality. Do you know what? Quality wins every time.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Ray. The single has technically sold out. In fact, if you go to the web, it will say out of stock, you can't buy it. It hasn't. There are a couple of people who haven't checked out. If you want, here's the thing: you either check out now and you get it, or if you go to the phone lines and place an order over the phone, because you can't order it on the web now, then if there's one or two that are left available and in stock, then you'll nab them before the people who haven't checked out. I mean, literally, they'll be taken out of other people's baskets. I know it's not a very fair way to do it, but that's what I'm saying. If you dilly and dally, you're going to miss out. By the way, my Mulberry Silk, it's 179 quid. I estimate, since 2024, when I got my first, I've still got the original single duvet that I got from you back in lockdown, has probably...
That's 5 or 6 years ago.
5 or 6 years ago, has saved me, gosh, it's got to be a couple of £1,000, because I don't put the central heating on in the winter. No, honestly, David, my son and I, will sit on the sofa if we're watching a movie and if it's a bit chilly, and we lay the single duvet lengthways across us. Yeah. And it's a wonderful way to save on your energy bill.
And you know, you're talking about the winter, sitting in a room that's not heated, this keeping you warm. As I mentioned earlier, we are a Canadian company, and I go to Canada quite a lot selling these. I was in Canada over the weekend. Now, in the winter, somewhere like Quebec, it can be minus 24, 25 in the winter. Yeah. You know, now, we've been selling these on Canadian television for 35, 36 years, and the people love them. People who go mountaineering, if you're a bit worried about will it keep you warm in the winter because it's so thin, if you're a person that thinks it has to be bulky and thick, don't worry about this being thin, because I always say people who go mountaineering, the big boys mountains like Mount Everest, K2, you know, it's 29,000 feet up there, it's very cold. Yeah. All of their clothing is lined with silk. Yeah. It really is, you know. The tents are lined with silk. Yeah. The sleeping bags were lined with silk. Sure. You know, Rob, within the bedding industry, silk is known as the great insulator. And that's exactly what it does. It insulates you. Yeah. It is a cocoon fiber. What it does, it gently folds itself around you and it sits. It doesn't move. It doesn't walk in the middle of the night. No. You don't waken up with half the duvet on the floor, your backside sticking out the duvet. This will cocoon you and give you the most gentle, beautiful heat. And incidentally, something I should mention very quickly at this point. Silk, again, I would say to anybody watching, check this on a computer, check, please, for your own peace of mind. Silk will wick away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. Any lady going through the menopause, don't think twice. Buy yourself one of these duvets. It'll change your life as far as your sleep is concerned. If you share a bed with a partner, he likes the bed warm, say you like it less warm, it very often happens. You can both sleep under silk, it self-reflects, and you'll both be comfortable under the same duvet.
It's about getting the optimum
That's exactly what it does.
It doesn't make it, you don't get too hot, you don't get too cold. It's Goldilocks. It's just right. Mm-hmm. But everyone, if you sleep next to somebody who runs hot and you yourself run cold, you both get the optimal night's sleep. Now, in case you're wondering, so I'm going to tell you a little story about Sarah the silkworm. So Sarah the silkworm was ready to turn into a moth, and so she cocooned herself in silk. And in China, which is where the silk comes from, it's the only really the only place it does come from, the weather can be very harsh. It can be jolly hot by day and jolly cold by night. There can be monsoons, or there can be very harsh sunlight. All weather conditions are, except for snow, I suppose, are accounted for. And, of course, there are nasty predators who don't like Sarah the silkworm, and they try to eat her. And so, when Sarah cocoons herself, she does so in this. This is an actual silk pod. So obviously that's where they've cut the top off to get then the worms come out. That, I mean, look how thick that is. That protects the silkworm.
Remarkably strong, isn't it?
Yeah, second strongest substance known to man, isn't
but
it?
the cocoon itself is really strong.
That could look, it is. That is really strong. So that is where your mulberry silk comes from. So if that can protect a silkworm there and keep them at the right temperature for their metamorphosis.
I'll take 60 seconds to explain to the camera and to the public.
Just got to say quickly though, we're down to single figures on the Super King. That's about to sell out. Sorry, carry on.
I'll explain to the public who are watching how we actually get this little cocoon. We take the silkworm, we place it in a large metal tray, roughly the size of this bed. We place the tray containing the worm into a darkened room, and we keep it there for 35, 36 days. We feed the worm exclusively in mulberry leaves. It will eat 10,000 times its own body weight in mulberry leaves. It doesn't sleep. For 35, 36 days, it simply eats. After 35, 36 days, it kicks the cocoon off.
Yep.
Now, we place the cocoon in tepid water. All the silk floats off in one piece. Each strand of silk on this little cocoon, believe it or believe it not, ladies and gentlemen, is over 1 mile long. 1 mile long, each the fibers on this cocoon. So because it's long, because it's unbroken, because it's in one piece, we can now stitch it all the way around the perimeter. We can anchor it. Now, it takes 2 skilled operators a day to a day and a half to make one duvet. After we have anchored it around the perimeter, we can pull it towards ourselves, and we can put these box cassettes in by machine. Now that means 2 things. Number 1, you get an even distribution of heat, which means you get a better night's sleep. And when you wash it, because it's anchored and it's long fibre and it can't move, it won't clump up. So you see, it really is special. Now, this little cocoon I have in my finger, believe it or believe it not, and it is a fact, ladies and gentlemen, in each duvet, you have, this is a fact, Rob, you have between 4,000 or 5,000 of these cocoons.
Wow.
That's a fact. Yeah.
In each duvet.
And here's something else I must tell you. Recently, I was doing a live presentation.
It's about 15 miles of...
Yes. But don't forget, it's each fibre. There's 4,000 or 5,000 of these in every duvet.
Right. Wow.
Now, I was just going to mention, talking about this, this particular silk that you get, AAA grade mulberry silk, it's very good for your hair, it's very good for your skin. Later on in our presentation, we're going to be talking about silk pillowcases. And I'll tell you something very interesting about these little cocoons when we get to the pillowcase, which I think you'll like.
We're going to do the pillow next. Let me allow, and then we'll, of course, naturally
Right.
do the pillowcase. It's checkout time. If you want the Super King, you absolutely must check out now. We've got very low single digits. And again, if you've got a king-size bed, so for example, I've got a double bed in the crew house, and I've got a king-size duvet because you get the extra drape. So this is a double bed, and this is a king-size duvet. So you can see you get the extra drape. So if you've got a king-size bed and you want to have the extra drape, and also the extra wiggle room if you sleep with a partner, it's worth having the bigger duvet. So get the Super King before it sells out. Remember, you're going to buy multiple duvets over the course of a lifetime, regular synthetic or feather duvets, and they're going to fill with dust mites and bacteria and nasty nifs. You can't wash them, or they're expensive to wash, and eventually you'll throw them away and you buy another one. If you buy it from the shop and you don't like it, it's too hot or it's not the right quality, you can't take it back. With this you can, and with this you can wash it over and over. This whole thing will fit in the front of a 7.5 kilo front-loading washing machine without any troubles whatsoever. Also, when it's folded up, it will fit in one side of a carry-on suitcase, and the pillow will fit in the other side. You can literally have your Mulberry Silk bedding to go. Now, just to prove my point here, we've got some genuine emails from actual customers and some questions as well. So, Duncan, hi Duncan, how are you doing? Says, I bought 3 pillows and a king-size duvet. Here we go. They have transformed my wife's and my own sleep. If anyone can buy these, please do. We've had them for over a year now and could not be happier. They do transform lives, and I'll get onto that in a minute. It's about quality of sleep. If you're constantly waking up because you're too hot, too cold, too this, too that, it's interrupting your sleep. You spend a third of your life in bed, asleep, hopefully, and so you want to have the best quality sleep you can. And I'll wax lyrical more about that later. Let me just cover this. David says, "Hi Rob, can you put a Mulberry Silk mattress? Oh, sorry, will it work on an adjustable bed? No, they're too rigid for an adjustable bed, aren't they? The
mattress?
mattresses,
No, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. When I say rigid, I mean they're not designed to bend. Hey, this is from Nuran. Hi Nuran, how are you doing? Always good to see you, lovely bunch on the telly. My brother has a joke for you. What's made of leather and sounds like a sneeze? A shoe. Also, my mum has one that she wants to tell you. A horse walked into a bar and the barman said, "Hey," to which the horse replied, "Yes, please." Have a lovely night. Thank you very much. Mark from Wales says, do you wash the duvet in fabric softener detergent? If so, yes.
It's your normal agent.
Whatever you do, whether it's tablet,
you don't need
powder,
anything special.
Nothing special. And yes, you can use fabric softener, and if you want to. I will also say, if you don't put duvet covers on these, or even if you do and it's in the middle of summer and it gets really, really hot and you sweat into them and they get yellowed, I use a Vanish liquid gel that's safe on silk. Other makes are available.
Yeah.
But don't use the oxy powder.
You don't need anything special.
No, you have to make sure they're safe for silk. But yeah, you absolutely just wash them as you would. And Craig says, "Hi, hope you're all well. I ordered the Mulberry Silk double duvet and pillow as well, and I'm using it for the first time tonight." Oh, there you go. Question: can I use a duvet cover and pillowcase for these? Yeah, absolutely. Use your regular size, standard size duvet covers.
Yeah.
But like I said, please do not put a polyester or a synthetic fibre on the duvet. It will block the qualities of the silk. You need to go with cotton, natural fibres only. So just get yourself some Egyptian cotton.
And can I mention also, Rob, the quality of the cover on the duvet is so high and so soft and so beautiful. You don't particularly have to have a top cover.
No.
I mean, I know a lot of people just have it as it is on the bed. They don't put a top cover on.
No.
But you can if you want.
Sure. Okay, the single has now sold out. The Super King, there are 6 left, but I believe they are in people's baskets. So you've got to check out or go to the phones and nab them quick before somebody checks them out. That leaves the double and the king. We don't have massive stocks of those either. I know these are slightly higher priced because they're luxury.
And you know, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we're selling out so quickly, there is, and I don't want to sound boastful when I say this, we're in a very fortunate position as a company. We can sell more than we can manufacture. Now, the reason for that is 2 reasons, actually. Number 1, there is a high demand for the product. But number 2, the particular silk we're using, we constantly run out of it. I mentioned earlier when we get this little cocoon, when that comes ready, when we're ready to take the silk from this cocoon, as I say, we feed the worm in mulberry leaves. Now, there's 3 different colors of mulberry leaves, red, black, and white. If we feed the worm in the red and black mulberry leaf, we get very high quality mulberry silk, but we're not interested in that.
No.
We feed them on the white mulberry leaf. Now, the problem is the white mulberry leaf, only the tree that provides that only grows in any commercial quantity in central and eastern China. And when we run out of the silk provided by the white mulberry leaf, we stop manufacturing. So
Who does that normally?
very few people.
Very few people.
Most companies, if they're making silk products, what they do, they get cotton polyester, they polish it so it looks like silk, and they add a small amount of silk to a large amount of man-made fibers. They put a silk label on and they pass it off as silk.
Yeah.
I stress when I'm doing a television show, and people might get fed up hearing me saying it, but it's important I do stress it. You are buying from the official Mulberry Company. Read the label on all of our products. We have to put that label on by law. Read the small print in particular. Everything we make and everything we sell is 100% mulberry silk.
Full length,
nothing else.
Full fight. That's why you have on the duvets, you have these little vanity pockets. They are there so you can see the silk.
Check.
You can check the silk.
Put your mind at ease.
Put your mind at ease. Actually, we're going to move on to the pillow, but you were saying that there's a story you always tell about Martin when he went to a Glasgow department store.
Oh, for a duvet?
Yeah, because you go to buy a Mulberry Silk duvet and you think you're getting the real deal. If you're not buying these, you might not be.
I'll tell you this quickly. I'll take 20 seconds. Not this Christmas, last Christmas. Where we live in Glasgow, there's 2 major shopping centres. Now, the people don't know, Glaswegian people don't know where they are.
Yeah.
Within one of those shopping centres, there's a shop. I'm not knocking this shop, I'm complimenting them in actual fact. Mm-hmm. They're renowned for making high quality products. Mm-hmm. They have a marvellous reputation. Martin went in there to buy a housecoat, a dressing gown for his mum for Christmas. And he noticed they were selling silk pillows and pillowcases, that type of thing. And silk duvets.
Duvets, yeah.
So he went over and he read the label. Now, this will shock you. For a king size, I think we are selling a king size tonight for £199.
Yes.
For a king size, and this is a reputable company, they were charging £512.
Whew.
Now, that's bad enough. But when Martin read the label, there was only 12% silk in it.
Good Lord.
The rest was man-made fibers that are mixed in. But there's a loophole in the law in the United Kingdom. They could put a silk label on it.
And
so be careful where you shop for silk.
Well, you know what, to be honest, at the end of the day, this is why you buy from ITV. Our show is a partnership with ITV1 STV. We broadcast on their Ofcom license. We are heavily regulated and overseen by, Ofcom and Advertising Standards Authority and all that sort of thing. So when we say this is 100% pure AAA grade mulberry silk, surrounded by 100% pure Egyptian long fibre cotton, and that's it. That has to be true. We couldn't say it otherwise. If you go to the website, to the web rather, and you actually Google mulberry silk now, you may find different companies. Other people do sell mulberry silk. It's not necessarily AAA grade, and it's not necessarily official mulberry silk, and also, unfortunately, from my research, 9 times out of 10, not as a statistic, but as metaphorically speaking, it's basically polyester or some sort of synthetic fibre, or it's cotton that is in. First of all, it's not long fibre silk; it's pieces, and also
little bits chopped up.
And it's chopped up, and only
actually
bits of it.
Scrap silk.
Scraps. It's scraps.
That's the word.
Silk.
You're being a diplomat.
I'm trying to be.
Yeah,
they're scraps. Yeah,
scrap.
And only a small percentage is actually silk.
It's usually what they call tussa silk.
Yeah.
And if you do your research on a computer, you'll find tussa silk is vastly inferior.
Let's move on to the pillow, and we've got, where is this email that I'm supposed
Pillow, right.
oh, at the top. Oh, I already read that out. Oh, another David. Well, I can't see it. Sorry, excuse me. I'm just talking to my producer. Oh, it's just appeared. Hello. I was just wondering if the pillow is poofy or hard. It's poofy.
Well,
but it's supportive.
The answer. What was that gentleman's name?
That was David. Yeah.
David. Here's how I can do my best to answer your question. When we're selling anything in television, I judge. And I've been doing this a long time, nearly 50 years, and I've sold different things in television for the last 30 odd years, Silk. I judge the success of any product, not on how many we sell, but how many we get returned. When you sell something with a money-back guarantee, judge the success and how many we get returned. Now, you'll see where I'm going in a second, David. Here's how I explain it to you. Now, the Bedding Association reckon, and they're clever people, they're knowledgeable people, they reckon if all pillows were sold with a money-back guarantee, they're not, but if they were, they reckon the percentage that would be returned could be as high as 60 or 65%. You try taking a pillow back to, say, a supermarket. You know these cheap pillows you buy, 2 for £10. Try taking them back. They won't take them back.
No.
Under the Health and Hygiene Act, they're not allowed to. Try giving them to the Salvation Army. They won't take them back. They say, take it to the local cat and dog home, and they can make dog beds out of it. So you see, we offer these with a money-back guarantee. Now, when we first started selling this pillow, it must be 6 years ago now, right? In the first 13 months, through our efforts at exhibitions, flower shows, knitting shows, that type of thing, we sold 86,000 pillows. Now, David, we didn't get 60 or 65% returned. Believe it or believe it not, we got 19 individual pillows returned out of 86,000. So if you buy these pillows this morning, and I hope you do, they're special, there's every possibility you will love them, because 19 people out of 86,000 found them, they returned them. The other 85,981 loved them. Now,
the return rate of about 0.0.
Yeah, this pillow I'm holding is the one I sleep on at home. When I travel down, I bring it with me so I can show it to you on television. This pillow is 6 years old. It's been washed, I would say, 20 to 25 times. You wash it a cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dryer, line dry. See what I'm doing, David? It cannot and it will not lose shape. The reason being the silk within the pillow is long fibre. Each strand is over a mile long, unbroken. The cotton is Egyptian, 230 thread count, absolute luxury. Allergy board approved, is free of dust mites, so that's absolutely wonderful. Anybody who's got breathing problems, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical practitioner, I have to be very careful what I'm saying here. I'm making no ridiculous claims, but there's a clue in the name, dust. When I die, I turn to dust, and so do the dust mites in the pillow. The average pillow at any given time has 1 million dust mites in it. The life of a dust mite, David, is 10 weeks. After 10 weeks, it will die, and it dies in the pillow, and it turns to dust. And if you have allergies, hay fever, asthma, COPD, surely to goodness, sleeping on a pillow that has no dust in it is going to be a big help to you. Absolutely. Your head won't get hot on this pillow. Silk will wick away 30% of its own weight and moisture or sweat. You can see the advantage of buying this pillow. Sold with an absolutely bulletproof, no money back guarantee. If you like it, we just give you your money back.
No quibble.
No quibble, yes. Money back guarantee. We just give you your money back with the same speed that we take it from you. So it really is wonderful.
Yeah.
When you buy it, you're going to love it. Oh, do you know, Rob, I must tell you, In Britain, every year, 15 million pillows get thrown into landfill. 15 million. Check that on a computer. People buy cheap pillows, 2 for £10 in the supermarket. After they bought them, a couple of weeks later, they wish they hadn't bothered. They end up in a landfill, 15 million a year. Check that figure up, you'll find I'm accurate.
Just before we're going to do a little tickle on the pillowcases, and I want to show you, just again for David, look, you can see they have really good, I can barely touch my fingers together. There is a fibre core in the centre for stability, but around it is about, 8-9 miles, something like that, of
Mulberry Silk,
wound around AAA grade, held in place with the cassettes. So I used to just sleep with one. I've always advocated that one is enough, and I used to sleep with 2 or even 3 of those really rubbish synthetic ones years ago. But I have discovered now that you can, 2 is not too, if you do like a lot of loft, you can put one on top of the other. But remember, these are machine washable. Regular 7.5 kilo front loading washing machine. You could get 2 in. I always wash one at a time. I just like to give it room to move around. Use your regular detergent, use your regular fabric softener if you want. Again, 30-degree wash. You can tumble dry them on low, but I put them on a clothes horse and they take about an hour and a half to dry, and I just sort of turn them over halfway. And my pillows also are 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah, they will be.
Obviously not the new ones in the crew house, but the ones at home. I've got them 2 on my bed. My son David has 2 on his bed. This is absolutely the best pillow money can buy, I believe, and in my experience. And I've tried every pillow under the sun doing this job, as you can probably imagine. As Ray said, gone are the days when you have one of these of getting a hot head at night and then turning the pillow over, and also a sweaty, wet pillow and then turning it over and turning it over. Again, all these things wake you up. There are 5 stages of sleep, and you have to go through all 5 stages. It takes about an hour and a half in order to get the full restorative, recuperative, regenerative, healing sleep that your body needs. If you're interrupted anywhere throughout that those 5 stages, you can't kind of go back to sleep and carry on where you left off. No, you have to go back to the beginning. So that's, if you're woken up during those stages, that's called toxic sleep. That's why sometimes you can sleep for hours, 8-9 hours, and wake up still feeling tired, maybe irritable, etc., etc. Nobody functions well when they haven't had a good night's sleep. This and the duvet and even the mattress, if you can stretch to it, are really the sort of primary actions that you can take to radically improve your sleep. Yes, these are not 30 quid cheapo pillows and 40, 50 quid cheapo duvets, but those cheapo duvets and pillows, you'll throw them away and replace them over and over and over and over and, many times in the course of your life. These are for life, not just for Christmas, so to speak. And you can wash them as much as you like. And if you don't buy anything else tonight, get yourself a pillow. I'll tell you why. Because it's a way to dip your toe in the water. This is a gateway pillow, if you like. Once you've tried the pillow, and everybody does this, and we've had some emails tonight attesting to it. If you've done the same, feel free to email us. You try the pillow and you go, after night 1, blimey, those Rob and Ray, they were telling the truth. And then you come back and you buy a duvet, and then eventually a mattress. And if you don't need a new mattress because you just bought a new mattress and you can't go to the expense of it, if you go to RK's website, rksales.co.uk, I think it is, they do have a 5-inch mattress topper, Mulberry Silk mattress topper, which is like a sort of a way of augmenting your current mattress.
And something else we haven't mentioned, Rob, and it's very important we do, I think, excuse me. You can only buy this pillow from 2 people, from myself at a live presentation or from Shop on TV, right? Now, I charge for this pillow, and I'm not ripping people off, to use a modern phrase. I'm not ripping people off.
No.
I charge for one pillow £60 and £5 postage. That is the true value of this pillow, £60. Shop on TV buy very large quantities, and the buyers are tenacious. They're good at their job. They've bought the products at a very special low price, and then they've done something wonderful. They've passed the saving on to the viewer. The pillow I charge £60 for, you can buy from Shop and TV for £40.
Yeah.
So you've saved £20.
But
where I live, Rob.
Yes.
They say a pound saved is a pound earned.
That's true.
So-
but that £40, like I've had my pillow 6 years.
Yeah.
So 40 quid divided by 6, whatever that is, that's how much it's cost me a year for a pillow. We're going to go to the pillow cases. These are, let's introduce them and then I'll do some emails. These are pure 100% mulberry silk, front and back. And inside, Ray will tell you this, but these are as luxurious as they get. Oh, the white is now limited. We have them in white. We have them in Arctic, desert. Is it Arctic
Avocado.
or Arctic? And yeah. Can I just do these emails really quickly, Ray, before you get into it? James says, hi, Rob and the team. As a global sales manager, I'd like to give a massive shout out to the gentleman presenting the Mulberry Silk Duvet. Superb presentation, great product, incredible knowledge and accountability. All facts and claims are spot on too. I presume you are talking about Ray here. I will get the nod from the boss, the wife, tomorrow and get this bought. Brilliant work, guys. Excellent pitch, excellent product and sheer quality from James. James, to be honest, this really isn't a pitch. This is the truth. Everyone I know, everyone in the building, every member of the crew, everyone who works for Shop on TV has Mulberry Silk. All my family and friends have Mulberry Silk. I say if you don't sleep on or under Mulberry Silk, you're not sleeping right. And if you've if you've only ever used feather or synthetic fibre duvets and pillows, I guarantee you've never had a proper night's sleep. I mean it. And that's my experience and my opinion. It is transformative when you use Mulberry Silk. It really is. You're going to have the first proper night's sleep maybe you've ever had in your life. And I know that sounds ridiculous.
Restful night's sleep.
Restful, exactly.
That's the key word, restful.
Restful.
You're not tossing and turning.
No, absolutely. Dorothy, hi Dorothy, how are you? This is great. This is possibly one of our oldest viewers. She's 87. And she says, unfortunately, from time to time, I have an accident during the night. How easy would it be to get the smell out of this duvet? Well, this is the perfect duvet for you.
Was the lady's name Dorothy?
Dorothy, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Dorothy. Can I just answer your question? Silk does not harbour body odours or smells. That's a fact. That's not sales talk.
Yep.
So as you get old, it sometimes happens, little accidents do happen. Mm-hmm. My mother-in-law, before she died, she was 93 when she died, was totally bedbound, and we had to look after her, obviously. A pleasure to do that. And she had little accidents. So with silk, you can whip it off, wash it quickly, pop it in the dryer, dry it quickly, because silk does dry quickly. Yeah. So you never have to pay 30 or 40 pounds to have it dry cleaned. So, Dorothy, please don't worry about that. It's something that happens to an awful lot of people, myself included. Yeah. As you get old, sometimes you have to have little accidents.
Yeah, but the thing is also, what other duvet can you wash in the washing machine?
Oh, they don't. You can wash. You can put them in the washing machine, but the condition they come out of the washing machine, that's the problem.
You wouldn't fit a
hollow
fibre duvet in a front. You'd have to take it to a dry cleaner, wouldn't you?
It's just beautiful. You know, Rob, when you start thinking about it, the advantages of silk are simply tremendous.
Actually, Kathy says, hi, Kathy, how you doing? How many pillows would you recommend for my 12-year-old son? He's 195 kilos and 5'1". I think one.
What is 195 kilos?
I've no idea.
Well, a kilo is 2.2 pounds.
Is it?
So 109 is 200. So that's about 16 stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say, okay, two things.
Well,
go on.
What's the lady's name?
Kathy.
Kathy. I'm 18, just over 18 stone, and I sleep with 2 pillows.
Yeah.
And I would think that two pillows would be nice for him.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And if you do buy them, and you take them home, and you give them to your boy, and he sleeps on them, and he doesn't like them, please don't panic. We will refund every penny you've paid for them. Yeah. So please think along those lines, and they're going to last them an awful long time, and he will get a lovely night's sleep on them.
I used
90 returned out of 86,000. Think about that.
I used to just sleep with one, and I would fold if I need a little bit more lift, I'd fold the corner or the arm underneath. But now I do sleep with 2, and I tell you what, even if you do buy 2 for him, and then he only needs 1. I mean, I actually sit up in bed sometimes and rest my arm on the other pillow. But you know what? If you have 2, and I recommend this for everybody, and it's not just because I'm trying to flog you 2 pillows. Because I'm not trying to flog you anything, because these babies flog themselves. But I see how these pillows are aligned here. I put one up against the bed, and then I put another one a little bit higher up, and they are so comfortable for sitting up in bed watching telly, but also if you're bed bound, and they're just they're just phenomenal.
I just say this?
Phenomenal, yeah.
People would expect me to say this. Doing the job I do, I go to different towns all over Britain. Virtually, well, for 250 days out of every year, you'll find me at an exhibition somewhere in Britain. Next week we're at down at the New Forest show.
Yeah.
Places like that. Next week it'll be Cornwall, north of Scotland, Turriff, Keith, Black Isle, all over the place. So I sleep in bed and breakfast, I sleep in hotels, I sleep in bedrooms above the local pub, wherever I can get a bed. And I can honestly tell you, I can look in this camera and honestly tell you, in the last 30 odd years, this silk bedding is the best I've ever slept on. And in the last 5 or 6 years since we've started making pillows, no pillow in any hotel I've ever slept on is better than this. This is a very special pillow.
Well, Ray, okay, let's get honest here, right? Let's cut through the B with the other letter after it that I won't say. When you buy a synthetic pillow and you put your head on it, your head just goes down to the bed. It sinks.
Yeah.
And then after, a couple of weeks, they start to get hard because you sweat into them and they start to clump and get hard. And eventually they get hard and flat and you throw them away. Same happens with feather. That will never happen with this.
No, it cannot.
And every time I wash my...
Silk is the second strongest natural fibre in the world.
Yeah.
And I'll repeat this, 15 million pillows every year go to landfill in Britain. That's an amazing amount of pillows.
Staggering.
The companies that make these pillows, they should be ashamed of themselves. I live in a small village 6 miles from the centre of Glasgow. It's a conservation village. 1,700 people live in that village. So we know one another more or less. In the local supermarket a few months back, I was in shopping and I went up to pay at the till. And the lady said, she said, I saw you on television last night. She said, those pillows you sell, are they any good? And I burst out laughing. I said, of course they're good. They're really wonderful. We sell lots of them. She said, well, could you bring me 2 in? And I burst out laughing. I said, you sell pillows in here, 2 for £10. She just looked at me. She said, the staff know they're rubbish. The staff don't buy them. But the fact is, the company, a national company, still sell them.
Yeah.
And that's the pillows that people buy that end up in landfill. You buy cheap, you buy 2 or 3 times. You buy quality.
Well, plus when you buy those, the minute you've bought them or walked out the shop and opened them, you can't take them back.
Yeah, they point blank refuse to take them back.
Yeah.
You can't give them to charity. Charity won't take them. Salvation Army won't take them. I've already mentioned, what you do, they tell you, take them to the local cat and dog home so they can make a bed for the dog to sleep on, these cheap pillows, because they don't want them in landfill, 15 million a year. You won't put this pillow in landfill, 19 returned out of 86,000 over a period of 13 months. I'll stop talking.
And no, not at all. We want you to talk, but as I say, I've had my pillows now for 6 years. Whenever lockdown was, 24.
And no dust mite.
And no, yes, they are free from dust mites. 2019 was lockdown. Sorry,
Allergy Board of
Approval. So yeah, 2020 apparently was lockdown. If you do nothing else tonight, get yourself a pillow. And again, I always say this. Excuse me. I don't get any commission. I don't make any extra money. If a million of you could buy these, I just get paid to come in and present. That's it, fixed fee. And my enthusiasm for this is because they're the best pillow that you can buy. And there is nothing better, I don't think.
Rob, the other thing we should mention, I think you mentioned it earlier, but I'll repeat it quickly. If a person is born in Britain today, a man can expect to live 78 years, a lady 81 years. That means you're going to spend 26 years of your life in bed, sleeping or trying to get to sleep.
Yes.
26 years. Now, if you had a pair of shoes that were pinching your feet and hurting, you wouldn't keep them on your feet for 26 years. You'd replace them very quickly. Yet people go to bed night after night under a duvet that makes them sweat, that makes them overheat.
Yeah.
They sleep on a mattress that hurts their back. you should really be thinking about treating yourself to good quality bedding with a money-back guarantee.
If you don't sleep properly, I mean, on the motorway, tiredness kills. If you're irritable, you end up having rows.
Mr. Grumpy.
You shout at your kids. You have arguments with your missus or your hubby. And also, if kids are, I forget which lady it was that bought them, or gentleman for her children. For her son, sorry.
Kathy was.
Okay, I think was it Kathy? Yeah. So look, that's the perfect thing to do, because look, I'm guilty of this too. I have a son. He's 22 now, but I mean he's got all Mulberry Silk. But when he was a kid, we just got him a cheap mattress and cheap pillows because he's a kid. They don't need anything fancy. But when they're growing up, they probably especially need something fancy like Mulberry Silk at that very critical stage, but particularly when they get to the school age and they're doing exams and things like that. And because this keeps you cool in the winter, or helps to keep you cool in the winter, you can actually put your duvet on and keep warm. Sorry, it keeps you warm in the winter, excuse me, and cool in the summer. I was going to say you can actually put your duvet around you to help keep you cool. Your kids will sleep better too. I'm absolutely sure of that. Colin, oh, by the way, the Super King duvet has sold out, and we are now getting very low in stock on the King and the Double. So the Double particularly will be the next one to go. We could be in for a full sellout tonight. Colin, hi Colin, how you doing? Says, I have had my duvet over 2 winters and 2 summers, and I will stand by everything that is being said about this amazing product. I have added the pillowcase and the mattress, changed my sleep dramatically. Colin, thank you, Colin. I really appreciate you backing us up here. I want to convert the whole nation to Mulberry Silk. By the way, the mattress, just so you know, if you are buying the mattress, we will get to it later. It is a medium firm mattress.
Support mattress.
It's wonderful. I've got 2. Now I'm about to buy a 3rd for my son, because we've just got new bed frames and we're getting new mattresses too. Callum from Cardiff. How are you doing, Callum? Says, my mate, excuse me, I don't know if Callum's from Cardiff. His mate John is from Cardiff and has come to visit me in Witham this weekend. We're watching your show with a glass of whiskey, marvellous, and recognise the Mulberry Silk pillows instantly as the ones he bought from you when he bought his flat. Absolutely fantastic and luxurious. A must buy. And please give a shout out from Callum to John. John, Callum says hi.
I say Schlanzy.
Yes, exactly. We didn't talk about the pillowcase. Shall we do that properly?
Yes.
Let's do your full spiel.
Well, Rob, when I'm doing a live presentation, people very often come up to me and they say, I've read about these pillowcases. They stop your wrinkling, don't they? Now, obviously, Rob, nothing will stop your wrinkling.
No.
Eventually, your skin will lose its elasticity and you will start to wrinkle. But what you can do, you can fight against the wrinkles. Now, silk does that in no uncertain fashion. Now, the reason being, in silk, pure silk has to be pure. No inferior fibres mixed in.
Right.
This is pure silk.
Mulberry silk.
Pure mulberry silk, there are 18 amino acids. One of them, a very important one, is called sericin. Now, you spell that S-E-R-I-C-I-N. Now, what sericin does as you sleep, it keeps your skin hydrated. If you sleep on a cotton pillowcase, and this is a fact, it's not silly sales talk, cotton will take the moisture from your skin. It will dry your skin out. For the 7 or 8 hours you've got your head on a cotton pillowcase every night, it's taking the moisture from your skin. It's drying your skin out. Silk does exactly the opposite. It traps the moisture in your skin. Silk is a hydrophilic protein, similar to your hair. Hydrophilic. Hydra, water. Philic, loving. Water-loving protein. So it keeps your skin hydrated. And it slows the process of wrinkling down. Yes. And ask your hairdresser what it does for your hair. If he or she is knowledgeable, they will tell you there is no static in silk, so it cuts out frizz. And if you have long hair in particular, you don't have to tie it up at night. Yes. So you don't waken up in the morning with bedhead, with your hair tangled. Silk stops that happening. Now, not all silk is the same. Be very careful when you buy silk. I'll tell you why. There's lots of fake and inferior silk being sold, particularly on the internet. Recently, this has happened to me quite a lot. When I'm at a live presentation, Rob, one or two people, more than one or two actually, ladies have come up to me, they've said, do you sell silk pillowcases? And I've said, yes. Could I have a look at them? Yes. I've handed them the pillowcase. And they've said, well, hold on. These have got silk on both sides. I said, of course they have. And they said, well, we bought some on the internet. It cost quite a lot of money, nearly £50 each. And they only had silk in one side, right? That sometimes happens.
And you don't even know what the quality of the silk is either.
You're coming to that. Now read the label. Very often what they do, they get cotton polyester. They polish it so it looks like silk, so they get a higher profit. They add a small amount of silk to a large amount of inferior fibers, and they pass it off as silk. These are made by the official Mulberry Silk Company. When you put your head in this, it's absolute bliss. It'll keep your head cool. And I must point out to you, the silk comes from these little cocoons. Now, you might wonder why I brought one of these along. Rob's got one too.
I have.
Right. This happened to me recently. I was doing a live presentation, and a very nice, very beautiful Japanese lady come up to me, quite old, my age, I would imagine. And she was asking me some very clever questions. And I knew that she knew an awful lot about silk because of the questions she was asking me. And it became like a game of chess. She was asking me and I was answering, and she was asking me and I was answering. And eventually she burst out laughing. And she told me why she was asking me these questions. This is how powerful Sericin is in these little cocoons that end up in this pillowcase. She was telling me when she was a young girl in Japan, she worked in a silk factory. And what the ladies used to do, they would take these little cocoons, they'd put one on each finger, and they would rub it on the skin like this, Rob. To get the Sericin on the skin.
On their skin.
To slow down the wrinkling.
I want to say, we have to say officially that obviously we have not, and nobody has, you have not, tested the pillowcases specifically for their effectiveness of the silk, but they're 100% pure silk.
Yes.
If you look at the scientific evidence online for pure silk, well, I mean, you know what I mean? Put them together.
Listen, Rob, I qualify everything I say.
Yeah.
We're making no ridiculous claims, but silk is a hydrophilic protein. Please, I keep stressing. I tell people to check at least 15, 20 times during every TV show. We're not trying to hoodwink anyone here. We're simply advising you to check everything we say. Of course, yeah. Silk is beneficial for your skin. It's good for your hair. Check it out. See for yourself. Remember, we sell these pillowcases on our website. I think they're 40-odd pounds.
We can show that. Should we show your website?
Yes,
and the reason I say that is, so look, please, I know that I shouldn't really say this, but don't buy from Ray's website, because actually Ray provides the prices at Shop on TV at much lower prices. But here is RK Sales, and
Four different colours. What
you'll find is if you want, like, I mentioned the mattress topper. So they've got lots of products. Actually, there are some things that we don't stock. The micro munchies we have at a lower price. The stretch seats we have at a lower price. And the mattresses we have at a lower price. But keep going down. I don't know if it's there. Don't buy the silk pillowcases. £45. There they are. Can you try and find the mattress pad, please?
45.
Oh, there it is. Right. So there is we haven't got that in stock at the moment. So if you can put that on top of a regular mattress, and it gives you the benefits of a Mulberry Silk mattress, basically, without having to buy the cocoon mattress. So you can buy from there if you want to. And that originally launched on a channel we both used to work for before. But also, if you're going to return any of these items, I mean, obviously, Shop on TV have a money back or a refund policy, but that predicates that you haven't used the product. But if you have used it and you need to return it or want to return it, you can either check out the contact info on every tag that's on the bedding, or you can go to RK's website and use the contact info there. It's massively busy. I've got to ask you to check out. If you go to bed without checking out on your pillow and your duvets, we've only got 2 sizes left, you could miss out. I don't know, the double could sell out tonight, and the king size might just hang in there. We always get the most stock of the king, but it is massively... Look, do you mind, Ray, if it's very busy. May I just quickly talk to the ladies and gentlemen? This is absolutely hands down the God's honest truth here. I swear to God, on my life and on the life of all those who are near and dear to me. This is, in my experience and my many years of experience, and having tried every pillow, every duvet cover, and you can imagine 30 years working in and around transactional television, this is what I sleep on, not just at home, but in my crew house. When we moved into the crew house a couple of months ago, the first thing I did was we got Mulberry Silk bedding for all the crew. So all the crew sleep with Mulberry Silk pillows and Mulberry Silk duvets. And at home I've got, now I've just bought, or I'm about to buy a second, I've got one. I've got a Super King mattress from my bed. Our new bed frames are coming in August. But I actually have, originally Mulberry Silk used to make a mattress topper or a mattress cover that was basically a Mulberry Silk duvet with a gusseted side. I don't think they make those anymore. So I have those on my bed. Everyone in my family, every friend I have, anyone I call my friend, I tell them you have to get Mulberry Silk. And when they do, they go, my God, you were right. You have to ask yourself a question here. You don't have to. You can completely disengage and just go, I'm happy the way I am. Thank you very much, Rob Locke with an E. Don't need your advice. Not buying from you tonight. That's fine, if that's what you want to do. Well, here are the questions that, if you want to indulge me, you should ask. Number 1, do you sleep? Well, you can't live without sleep. You have to. Number 2, are you sleeping on either feather, any kind of feather product, or a synthetic fibre, hollow fibre? If the answer is yes, you have, and you've never slept under or on silk, I promise you, I swear to you, in the most powerful and vehement way I can, that you have not had ever in your life a proper night's sleep. Because I don't care what duvet you have, let's just talk about duvet or pillow. If it is synthetic fibre or if it is feather, you will overheat because they trap the heat. You will, and you know it. Come on, be honest. You get too hot, don't you? And then what do? You wake up because you're too hot and you throw the duvet off. And then if it's winter, you start to cool down and then you're too cold. And then what happens? You wake up and what do? You put the duvet back on. And that goes on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off the whole night. If it's the summer, you put your head on a pillow, what do? You wake up because your head's too hot and you find probably the pillow is moist from your sweat. What do? You flip the pillow, right? Many people do. Go back to sleep. Then what happens? It gets hot and it gets wet and you wake up and then you flip the pillow. And every single time you wake up, you are interrupting the sleep pattern that is essential for you to have the full restorative, recuperative, regenerative, healing sleep that your body absolutely 100% needs. In actual fact, you shouldn't toss and turn at night very much. You should wake up almost in the same position that you were when you went to bed. And a good sign you've had a good night's sleep is if the bed covers are almost exactly where you left them when you fell asleep. So I'm telling you, if you want to avoid waking up and feeling groggy and feeling tired still or irritable and not being able to focus and concentrate as well as you could, change your bedding. Get this pillow now. At least start with the pillow. Then go to the duvets. Then eventually the mattress if you need to. The mattress, by the way, has a 60-night sleep trial. You can try it for 2 months before you decide you're going to keep it. You have an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee from RK Sales on everything. If you're not satisfied, even though you've used the pillow, sleep on it for up to 30 days. Same with the duvet. If you're not happy, they will give you your money back. The only thing it will cost you is the postage and packing because we can't refund the postman basically. So don't take our word for this just because it happens to be the God's honest truth. Try for yourself. If anything we've said is absolute balderdash, you'll get your money back. Start with the pillow. Also, this has the right amount of support. It helps align your spine. It helps to keep your airways clear. So if you're a snorer, as I am, if you have sleep apnea, as I, when I was heavier, did, these pillows were an absolute godsend. and you can wash everything in a regular 7.5 kilo machine. You can wash your pillow time and time and time again. It's got a 2-year guarantee. You can wash your duvet time and time and time again. Regular, whatever detergent you use, whatever fabric softener, 30 degrees, low tumble dry or line dry. The duvets have a 10-year guarantee. You can't return bedding if you've used it anywhere else. You can with this. I've never heard of another duvet or pillow that has an actual guarantee. But those are anecdotal. This is not going to stop working after 10 years. People anecdotally have had them for 20, 30 years or more. My pillows I've had for 6 years. Every time I wash them, they come back just like new. I wish I could say to you that if you don't buy these, you're really, really doing a disservice to yourself. Because I believe you are. I genuinely believe that. No sales patter. Again, I don't consider myself a salesperson. I don't get commission. I'm telling you the blooming truth, whether you like to believe that or not. And if you are not sleeping as well as you think you could, and you don't take action and get these tonight, there's no other product that I know of out there that can do as much as these can do. There is no other bedding on the market that I know of that is as good as this. Even if you buy, now there are other companies that do make Mulberry Silk, but is it AAA grade Mulberry Silk? Probably not. Is it 100% full length, full fibre Mulberry Silk? Probably not. It's probably offcuts, and it's probably only a percentage of Mulberry Silk. These are 100%. In this pillow, you have a fibre core and then miles of Mulberry Silk wrapped around the outside in a long fibre Egyptian cotton exterior. That's all. In the duvet, it's roughly 15 miles of pure AAA grade, full length, unbroken Mulberry Silk, woven. I mean, it's each strand is about 1 mile to 2 miles long. All of that woven in.
The windows on it, Rob. So
that's why the windows on it. Yeah. The duvet is now right. Wow, we've still got 51 minutes of the show left, but we're about to sell out on the double and the king. It's limited across the book. We're down to less than 10% of the stock. If you're struggling to get through on the web, when things, well, you won't struggle to get through. But if people have got these in their baskets, if we get to a point where it's out of stock online, just go to the phone 0333 241 241, and it'll take it out people's baskets. So you've got to check out before you go to bed. I mean it, folks. If I'm not right, I'll buy the duvet or pillow back.
It's ironical,
for the
Rob,
first 5 people, because I'm not that rich.
That fortunately, and again, I say I don't want to be big-headed when I say this, but we sell lots of duvets, and ironically, we sell slightly more duvets in the summer than we do in the winter. Now, the reason for that is quite simple. People overheat terribly in the summer. My wife, in the winter, likes to sleep with the bedroom window slightly open. But in the summer, she wouldn't dream of that. Believe it or believe, I'm just thinking about while I'm talking about this. 5 o'clock this evening in my house, before I left to drive down here, I had a man come and kill a wasp nest above my door. Really, I did, Rob. I never even thought about that till I started talking. The reason my wife closes the bedroom window in the summer, people do get things like wasps, bumblebees, Jenny Longlegs, all sorts of insects flying around. And they come in the bedroom. So people close the windows in the summer, and the bedroom really does get hot and sticky and horrible. Sure. And that's why you'll find that silk is wonderful. Silk wicks away 30% of its own weight in moisture or sweat. Let me just remind any lady watching who is unfortunately going through that terrible time, the menopause, where you have hot and cold sweats. It's not very nice. Well, silk will help you tremendously. Don't think twice. Buy yourself one of these duvets, put it in the bed and enjoy it, and try it. And if you don't like it, it's not like a husband, you're not married to it, you don't have to keep it. You can send this back and get an instant refund without one word of an argument.
Do you know, also, Ray, you talk about, I mean, menopause is terrible, and the hot, the sweats and sweating into the duvet. But also, if you've got anyone elderly or infirm in the house, and they do have little accidents, as we were talking about earlier, you can wash these as much as you like. If you have kids who wet the bed, then you can change the sheet. But what do you do about the duvet?
Yeah.
This is ideal for
Silk
that.
dries Well, most women know this. I'm sure a lot of men know this as well. But silk does dry very quickly.
It really does.
Because it's a hydrophilic protein, right? Similar to your hair, dries quickly. Yeah. So if it has to be washed, put it in the machine, a cold wash, 30 degrees, for whatever reason it has to be washed. Pop it in the machine, cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry, once or twice a year, on a warm sunny day. If you're lucky enough to have a garden, drop it over the washing line in the garden. The UV rays of the sun totally purify and cleanse it. You know that lovely feeling, Rob, when they call it in my house, used to call it clean sheets night, right? Where the bed is freshly laundered and you slip into bed, you're tired, you slip into bed, the bedding is laundered, it smells nice, it feels good, and you lie back and you think, oh, thank you, God, this is wonderful. That's the feeling you get every single night when you sleep under silk. It's not heavy, it doesn't press down on you. If you have any member of your family who's bedbound, it doesn't hurt the knees, the elbows, and the toes. It just gently cocoons you. It is a cocoon fibre. Yeah. It doesn't walk in the middle of the night. You don't waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, your backside sticking out the duvet, one leg hanging out the bed. So it just sits around you and comforts you.
It feels so good. Unlike any duvet, lovely, it really does feel lovely. And I've been single for far too long.
And likely to stay so after.
I know. After my last encounter, I hug my pillow and wrap myself with a duvet. That's about as much love as I get these days. Ladies and gentlemen, we always get these questions. Allow me to just quickly, because a lot of people are tuning in and out all the time. Number one, can you use duvet covers and pillowcases? Well, obviously you can use the Mulberry Silk pillowcases, but if you don't use the silk pillowcases, yes, absolutely, you don't have to. In America, they don't have the word duvet, they call them a comforter, and they don't typically have duvet covers. So you can just put this on the bed as is. The pillows, I mean, you could cut the tag off, but I'd probably recommend a pillowcase. But make sure whatever you use, you don't ever use what do you call it, a synthetic fibre. You want to go with cotton. It can be regular cotton, but Egyptian cotton on Amazon is about 20 quid for a fitted sheet, 20 to 30 pounds, depending on the quality and the thread count, for a duvet set which comes with pillowcases. They are, frankly, dirt cheap. Make sure you use cotton, only natural fibres on your duvet or your pillow, or it's going to block the properties. It's like eating a health bar and covering it in sugar and chocolate. It just, you know what I mean? It defeats the object. So again, same here. Standard size pillowcases, standard size duvet covers, and also standard size. If you want to put a fitted sheet on the mattress, you can. But again, Amazon, there are a couple of companies that do make 100% pure Egyptian cotton mattress protectors and pillow protectors. No plastic filling or anything like that. They've got to be pure cotton. Okay, but again, they're cheap. They were a bit more expensive. 50% of people actually have bought pillowcases with the pillows, and frankly, that's the best way to go. And also, we always get asked, does RK Sales or does the Mulberry Silk Manufacturing Company make silk duvet covers and fitted sheets? No, because it's so slippery, you would slide out of the bed. Exactly what happened. Yeah.
Well, to explain to the viewers, when we first started manufacturing duvets, 35, 36, 37 years ago, we were naive. We didn't know any better. Yeah. And we made the top cover in silk. Yeah. And about 6-9 months after we started manufacturing, the public started phoning up. They're saying, you know, your duvets are wonderful.
Yes.
But they're slipping off the bed. They're moving. They're walking in the middle of the night. Yes. And we didn't know any better. Yeah. So we decided we go with top quality cotton. Now, the best quality cotton against silk, the best quality cotton is coarse, it grips and it holds compared to silk. Yes. So by having a cotton cover, it stops the duvet moving. So you get an even distribution of heat, yes, and a more perfect and wonderful and restful night's sleep. That's something I must try and stress. You get a restful night's sleep. You don't toss and turn and throw about in the bed because you're not overheating. You're not gasping for air. It's a breathable fibre. It's not a man-made fibre.
I tell you what, if you've just tuned in, we're going to do a full recap on the benefits of mulberry silk and everything in a moment. Also, I just wanted to say with what you were mentioning about cotton, that's why the pillowcases, they have a layer of cotton sprayed inside on one side, just purely to grip your pillow. Is satin a natural fibre, or is that synthetic?
Synthetic.
Oh, it is. So,
Yeah.
you can't even, so don't put satin sheets on there. Although, I have had a few questions tonight that I'm going to answer tactfully. If you are enjoying your bed for extracurricular activities, shall we say, and things get a little messy, not a problem. Pop your bedding in the washing machine, good as new for your next encounter. That's all I'm going to say, all right? Was that tactful enough? Aidan, hi Aidan, how you doing? Says, hey, I love the pillowcase. Please can you say what type of material it is and why you recommend it? It's 100% pure triple mulberry silk.
Aidan, I have a grandson called Aidan.
It's his girlfriend's birthday today. Please say happy birthday.
Aidan, if you buy these for your girlfriend or for yourself, this is exactly what this pillowcase contains. It's made by the official Mulberry Silk Company. Our head office is in Vancouver, and we distribute all over the world. The product is made in China. 90% of all the silk in the world comes from China. The Chinese discovered silk 5,000 years ago.
So it's not made in China, essentially, although it is. It's originated in China, because that's where it comes from.
That's right. Now, can I just say this?
Please.
It tells you here, it's 100% pure mulberry silk. Now, Rob is quite right to mention, on the inside of it, there's a phrase that is known the whole world over, in any country, smooth as silk.
Yep.
Right? Silk is smooth. Now, to keep it smooth, to stop it wrinkling on the pillow, what we have done, this is a very, very expensive process. And to the best of my knowledge, no other company does this, because the machine that does this costs an absolute fortune. Right. What we've done, we've virtually sprayed on a layer of thin cotton on the inside of the pillowcase. So when you put this pillowcase on the pillow, the cotton grips and it keeps the silk smooth as silk. So you are buying a very, very special quality, high quality pillowcase. I have no hesitation in saying, Aidan, if you were lucky enough to find a shop in the United Kingdom selling silk this quality, and you'd have to be very lucky, you'd pay minimum £60 for a pillowcase like this.
And it probably would only be
silk on one side.
This is silk on both sides. Just very quickly, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Aidan's girlfriend. Wishing you your name. Happy birthday to you. Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Rosie says, just wanted to say I have a disabled brother who I care for, who is bedbound. I bought one of your duvets to replace from where he had an accident. And then the next time he had an accident, the smell came out after one wash.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
Doesn't retain body odours at all.
Doesn't smell, no. Okay, here's a sit rep for you. On the duvet, we are 17 of the double left and 25 of the king. That's it. How many people are online at the moment? Hundreds, right? There are hundreds of you online. We are at the point where we are oversubscribed on what is left in the duvet, both the double and the king. If you don't check out now on the double or the king, you're going to miss it. Now remember, if you've got a double bed, a double mattress, and you want to get the king size duvet, which is what I've got in the crew house, you get that extra drape, which is lovely, and also great if two of you sleep in the bed, you get extra fabric or extra duvet between you. And if you're basically, if you want to get the king on the double, well, if you've got a single, you could even put a double duvet on the single bed and a king size on the double bed, if that makes sense. But whatever you do, check out, pay, and then it's on the way. Could be a complete sellout on the duvets. And you can always call 03333 241 241 as well. The pillows, hundreds of you have bought these tonight. make sure you get your pillow, because otherwise you will miss out. We're good on stocks on the pillows.
Another thing we should mention, Rob, according to the long-range weather forecast, there's a second heat wave coming in 5 days' time.
Oh no!
And it's a fact.
Well, you'd be thankful you got your mulberry silk.
And that's why mulberry silk is really worth having, because it wicks away moisture. You won't overheat in bed when you're sleeping under it.
While we I tell you what, we'll give you a bit of a breather, folks, in a sense that because most people are buying the duvet and the pillow. So while you check out, we're now down to almost just 10 of the double, and about 17 now of the king. So they are flying. So why don't we talk about the mattress briefly, if that's okay?
Yeah.
Because if you can afford the mattress or you need a mattress, I cannot recommend them highly enough. They're fabulous. I've got 2 of them.
Can we just draw this back?
Yeah, sure.
So the public can have a look.
Now, we can only offer this to you tonight in double or king, because the single has already sold out, and so has the Super King. I've got a Super King and a double, and I'm about to get a third one. They are brilliant. I sleep so well on mine.
Well, what Rob is saying is absolutely correct. He's just ordered a third mattress tonight when I walked into the building.
Yeah.
When I first came to Shop and TV about, must be, 14, 15 months ago now?
Yeah, something like that.
The very first show we did, the man who owns this company bought 2 mattresses.
Yep.
Now, these presenters, the man who owns the company, they have access to all types of mattresses.
Oh, yeah.
But they bought this mattress for one reason. Presenters on other TV channels told them to get them. Everybody who buys mulberry silk recommends it to their friends. So you can buy this mattress in the knowledge that you're buying something special. Now, how the mattress came about, roughly, I would say, maybe 6, 7 years ago, maybe less, 5 years ago, the buyer at a very large TV company here in the United Kingdom, she came along to us. She said, you know, the public love your stuff. Why don't you make a mattress? Right? Well, we went and we did some research into mattresses. Now, I'm in a very lucky position. I go to exhibitions all over the country, north, south, east, everywhere, all over the country. And I talk to people from morning to night about their likes and their dislikes in bedding. So I started to ask questions about mattresses. And it turned out there's really only 2 types of mattresses: memory foam or sprung mattresses.
Yeah.
Mattresses with springs. Now, some people like memory foam, but it turned out, to be honest with you, an awful lot of people said they were quite unhappy with it.
Do you know, Ray, it didn't help my memory at all.
No, that didn't help mine either. What people said, that they bought a memory foam mattress, 2 problems. Number 1, it made them overheat very badly. And number 2, it lost shape fairly quickly. Now, that happened to me. About 9 or 10 years ago, my wife decided we needed a new mattress. So I was quite happy for her to go and buy one, but no, she took me with her. I didn't want to go, but I had to go. She had spoken, I had to go. Went to the mattress shop, they put me on the bed, laid me out in public. I wasn't happy about that, but anyway, there I was. And I lay there for 3 or 4 minutes, felt this is all right. Memory foam, bought it. Paid, I think, 950, 60 or 70 pounds for it, and 30 odd pounds for delivery, about £1,000. Got it delivered, slept on it for roughly 3-4 months. Made us hot, both of us very hot. And then secondly, lost shape. I was sleeping in a hall like this. So we decided as a company that we would go with springs. Now, the old-fashioned spring mattresses, I slept on them as a boy when I was young, 9 or 10 years old. They had very large springs in circumference. They had a serpentine rail that ran round the edge. All the springs were joined together, and it was like razor wire. It cut into you very badly. And when one person turned over in bed, the other person fell into them because the springs were glued and stuck together. Now, the modern sprung mattress that you see in the bed here, what I've done, I brought cut down copy of it here so I can show you something on camera. This is exactly the mattress which we have on offer this morning at a very special price, I might add. There's different layers of comfort inside, finishing off with a pocket and a layer of silk. Now this is the pocket sprung mattress. These are the springs that are inside the mattress.
Yes.
From memory, if I remember correctly, there's roughly 880 in a king mattress.
Wow.
Now, as you can see, they stand independent. Each one is wrapped. And the only springs that move when you sleep on this is a medium firm support mattress. You won't end up sleeping in a hollow like this.
Mm-hmm. I
Right?
can vouch for that.
The only
And I'm heavy,
springs,
baby.
yeah. You're losing weight, Rob. You're looking good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, right. The only springs that move are the springs where the weight is directly above it. Now, to illustrate that to the camera, this spring in the corner here, if I press that absolutely flat, see, look, the springs either side don't move.
No.
So this
No
is
motion transfer.
no motion transfer.
You don't
know,
feel
Rob,
it when your partner gets in and out of
Rob,
bed.
do you know the average person, this is a fact, this is not a figure I've made up, this comes from the Sleep Council. The average person turns over in bed 40 to 50 times every night. The main reason, we keep coming back to this, the main reason because they're too hot. Yeah. And when you turn over in bed, not only do you disturb your own sleep pattern, but your partner's sleep pattern. Yeah. Now, the important thing to remember with this mattress, we're asking you to buy it and try it. We're giving you a chance to buy it and try it.
How long?
Taste and try before you buy. You have a 60-night, 60-day trial period. Sleep on it for 60 days. If you're not totally and completely satisfied, we will refund your money, no arguing, so there's no problem there.
Yes.
Now, the final thing I'll mention, we have 3 different types of mattresses. We have the regular, the premium, and the premium plus. Now, the premium plus has the pillow top. That's this extra layer of luxury here. Just look at that.
Yeah, it's
packed with silk.
Top, yeah.
Can you imagine, Rob, how much silk is in this?
There's more in there than in the duvet.
Of course there is.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But
now,
did you just you're getting the pillow top version?
you are getting the premium
Yeah, plus.
pillow top plus for the price
price
we would normally charge for the regular.
The regular.
And you have a money-back guarantee.
And basically, and also $9.95 postage. But by the way, it's capped. The first $4.95 of all the postage and packing is capped. So if you buy a mattress and a duvet, you're only going to pay for $14.95 plus. Sorry, $4.95. Only $9.95. Yeah, I can't work it out, but you only pay the first $4.95 once, and so $9.95 to deliver a mattress to your door. It comes vacuum packed, rolled up. You can put it onto your bed, take the packaging off, throw it away.
Throw the packaging away.
Throw it all
Don't
away.
worry about that.
Put your own sheet. I will say, treat the mattress like it's your own. Do everything on that you would do on your regular mattress, whatever that may be. I don't need to know details. Although you can send them if you want. No. If you're not happy at any time within the 30 days...
60.
60
days, yeah.
Then you just call the number provided and someone will
We
come
send
along,
you a bag.
Send you a bag to put it in.
Pop the bag, mattress in the bag, and we
Someone
take it away.
takes it away.
And, you know, people love this mattress. I sleep on it. All the presenters in this building sleep on it. When they rented a house for the crew to sleep in,
our director sleeps on it.
everybody bought a mattress.
Can I tell us a story?
Yes.
2 times ago that you were here, and do you remember I just, for the crew house, I'd ordered a mattress from you?
Yes.
And so there was some confusion, and I needed a double mattress, but I had a king-size duvet, but you brought a king-size mattress, which I was very tempted to keep, but it wouldn't have fitted on the bed. So, and I apologise for that still. So Ray, we literally put it into Ray's car to take back, and then I was going to get the double one sent to me the next day, which I did get. But Kieran, our director, was like, actually, hold on, before you go anywhere, I really want a cocoon mattress as well. So he bought it from you in the foyer of our studio.
As I was walking out the door with it.
Out the door.
I was like who was the guy that used to carry the carpet over his shoulder, the comedian walking out the door? What was his name?
I can't remember. But no, I know. And that, I mean, that is how coveted these mattresses are. They are, and now Kieran, when you're sleeping on a cocoon mattress with a Mulberry Silk duvet on top of you and your head on a Mulberry Silk pillow, the only things that you have to do to help finish the quality of your sleep, you want to make sure that the room is as dark as possible, because we work on a circadian rhythm. So if it is too light, you won't sleep very well. If you are a shift worker like me, I recommend a full blackout sleep mask. That's what I use now. Number 2, odor in the room. If the pungent smells will keep you awake. So that's why you want to have, a lot of people will have an incense, not an incense, is it incense? Or a little essential oils burner or something like that to have a nice fragrance in the room. And the other one is temperature. If you've got the heating blaring in the room, now obviously if it's in the middle of summer, there's not a lot you can do about it. But that's why the mattress, the duvet, will help regulate your temperature. If it's hot, you can actually, well, in the hot summer day, I wrap myself in my Mulberry Silk duvet and it helped cool me down. But also, I always tell this story, if I may quickly. When I first got my Mulberry Silk duvet, Ray and I just done a show. This was at a previous channel that we worked together, still on ITV, or a previous company, I should say. And it was -7 degrees outside, and we were sleeping. It was during lockdown when they closed all the hotels. So our boss, who's the same boss we've got today, actually, for this company, he got these things called bunker bins, B-U-N-K-A bins, B-I-N-S. Feel free to Google them; they're hilarious. They are a mini, personal-sized porter cabin with a single bed, and with a little counter, like dressing counter, and a microwave, and a fridge, and little mini bathroom at the back. And we had these lined up in our car park, and that's where we slept. I did not have any heating in mine. I got my duvet, which Ray lent to me, although I bought it from him after that. Went back to my bunker bin. I got down to my boxers, got into bed, wrapped myself in the duvet, and I just heard everything Ray had told you. And I was like, yeah, all right then, pull the other one. So I wrapped myself, cocooned myself, if you will, in my Mulberry Silk duvet. And I thought, it's going to get too hot. And I got up to the ideal temperature. And I said, I'm going to overheat. It's going to get hotter. It's going to get hotter. It's going to get too hot. It's going to get too hot. It's going to get too hot. And it never did. Never. In -7. That's why, again, when I use Mulberry Silk duvets instead of central heating. Why waste all that money on central heat, particularly where I live? I mean, I've got...
Oh, it's like I said earlier in the programme, we are a Canadian-based company, and I'm in Canada a lot selling these, and when you go up into, say, Quebec, I mentioned this, minus 20, 25 degrees, and we've been selling these in TV in Canada for 30-odd years. Now, the people love them in very cold weather, because within the bedding industry, silk is known as the great insulator.
Yes.
That's exactly what it does.
Yeah.
It insulates your body against cold.
This little thing here, this little cocoon, hi there, this protects a silkworm against extreme heat, extreme cold, and extreme weather. Torrential rain, scorching sunshine, predators, the works. For how long are they in the cocoons for?
35, 36 days. Sorry. And what actually happens?
We've got to do this. Let's look at the camera.
We've got one each.
Sorry.
In each duvet, there's between 4,000 and 5,000 of those.
That is amazing.
On each duvet.
All unraveled.
Yeah, how they do it, I'll just refresh the viewer's memory.
And I have to do a news flash, so go ahead.
Yeah, what they do is quite simple. They take the silkworm, place it into a darkened room, feed it in mulberry leaves for 35, 36 days. After 35, 36 days, it kicks the cocoon off. We place the cocoon in tepid water. All the silk floats off in one piece. Each strand of silk is over a mile long. 4,000 or 5,000 of those in one duvet. Because it's long, because it's unbroken, they can stitch it in one piece so it cannot move. So when you wash it, no problem.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, news flash time. By the way, I always say this, because it's after the watershed. I've been sitting with this pillow on my lap for at least an hour. If this was a hollow fibre or a feather pillow, I'd have a hot crotch by now. And I just in case anyone's wondering, that my crotchal area is beautifully just the right temperature. Now, okay, newsflash. We are down to single figures on the double. Single figures. If you have this in your basket, please check out, because if you don't, you won't get it until, and it's going to be, I don't know how long is it going to be before the next batch of stock arrives?
Well, from what I understand, it'll be probably second week in August before it even lands in this country.
So single figures, low single figures on the double, and we're just about to hit single figures on the king as well. They are both about to sell out. Please check out, and I mean go to your basket, hit checkout, pay using a debit or credit card or PayPal. You can also use PayPal Pay in 3 and spread the cost. And by the way, that allows you to spend between £30 and £2,000. As soon as you select PayPal, it will take you to PayPal's website. You log in to your account or you create an account. If you select Pay Later for the PayPal Pay in 3, then if you're not already approved for an account, it will ask you a few simple questions. And once you are approved, then you will have that budget to spend, which you can use, when you come back next time, from what I understand. This time and next, if you've got a balance left, you can use that balance to buy other things with it. It's the way I believe it works. So, almost everyone has bought a duvet with a pillow. At least get a pillow. But the duvet is about to sell out. We've sold out of single, sold out of super king.
I'll just mention
about
this
to
as well,
sell out
Rob.
of the double and the king.
When I drove down this evening, it's a 3-hour drive from where I live. When I drove down this evening, I passed quite a few motorhomes in caravans. Now, the people with motorhomes and caravans are amongst our best customers. For the last 65 or 66 years, as a company, we exhibit at every major caravan show in Britain, right? And in the summertime, these caravan shows are usually held outdoors Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And very often when we're doing a caravan show in the summer, say on a Friday afternoon, people come along in their caravan, the motorhome, put their awning out, get all the props out, set it out, then they have a walk around the show, the trade stands, to see what they would like perhaps or not like to buy for the motorhome or the caravan. Now, occasionally I'll get people to come up to me, maybe say on a Friday afternoon, husband and wife. They're not absolutely certain whether they would like a duvet. They can't make their mind up. And this is what I tell them. And the reason I'm mentioning this, there's probably people watching tonight that are thinking, should I buy one? Should I not buy one? This might help you make up your mind. When a man and woman say come along Friday afternoon, they want one, they can't make their mind up, this is what I say. Buy it, pay for it, take it, go back to your motorhome or caravan on the showground, sleep under it tonight. And if you don't like it, come back with it tomorrow morning. Tuck it under your arm. It'll take you less than 60 seconds to walk back with it. I'll give you your money back. Every morning, say a Saturday morning, 30 to 40% of the people who've bought one on a Friday do come back to buy a second duvet. They want one for the motorhome or the caravan and a second one for the house that they live in. Ask yourself this question. A couple who have slept under, say, the same duvet for 10, 15, 20 years, duck, goose feather, polyester, sleep under this for one night, immediately they relegate the old duvet to the loft, the back bedroom, and put one of these on the bed. And they always say the same thing. Every single person, they say, it's wonderful. I wish I had bought it years ago.
Also, if you've got elderly relatives, when you think about the people in your life you care about, my parents are in their 80s now, and it's about wanting them to also have a good night's sleep. And you hear with heating bills on the rise and all this sort of thing.
Very much so.
I mean, gosh, if you've got a grandmother or anyone in your family or grandfather or whatever the relation is, who are elderly and they're struggling to pay their heating bills and things like that, for goodness sake, get them even if you get them a single, well, you can't tonight because it's sold out, get them a duvet, because they can wrap themselves in that, and it don't matter if it could be literally, could be -7, -10, -20 outside. Wrap yourself in a duvet, they'll be beautiful.
This is a great insulator. As you mentioned earlier, people who go climbing mountains, everything, the big mountains, the K2, Mount Everest, places like that, you know, everything they wear is lined with silk. Ask yourself why.
Oh, Ray,
because they don't sweat under it.
Sorry, mate. 6 of the double left. 8 of the king size. They're about to go. You've got to check out right now. Now, I think what we need to do, for those who've just tuned in and for those who are still teetering on the fence, I hope it's not a spiky fence, because ouch. Ray, what are, over and above all other bedding, over and above hollow fibre, synthetic fibre, any kind of feather product that may be, or any other filling?
Why should
what's special about Mulberry Silk? Why should they get this right now or miss out?
Well, the answer is 2 questions there. Why and what's special, right? Why? Total and complete comfort, right? A level of comfort which, unless you've slept under silk, you cannot even visualize. This is not like man-made fibers, a duck, goose, or feather that makes you overheat. The second reason why, if you do buy one, and I hope you do buy one, there's only a few left now. If you do buy one, consider it as an investment. You're not going to have to replace this in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years' time. You buy it. The duvets we have in my bed at home are 31 years old. We guarantee them for minimum 10 years. But can I just say this, Rob?
Yeah, please.
We are a family-owned company. We are the agents for the United Kingdom for Mulberry Silk bedding, from the Mulberry Silk Bedding Company, the official Mulberry Silk Bedding Company. Right. We've been the agents for 35, 36 years, nearly 37 years now, actually, I think. Right. We are a family-owned company. And I promise you, even after 10 years, if you phone us up and say, look, I'm not happy with this, we're going to be very sympathetic towards your cause. We're not going to be, we're a company who value your business and believe in giving you good after-sales service. So buy this and try it. We're not asking you to keep it if you don't like it. We'll simply refund your money. No arguing, no fighting on a telephone. It's as simple as that.
For the duvets and the pillows and anything you buy from the Mulberry Silk range is guaranteed.
Every item we buy, on the label, you have our contact details.
Yeah, it's all on there.
So you can't lose. You can't say in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, I've lost the little leaflet that was in.
It's on the bedding.
It's on the bedding.
Yeah.
Because we want you to know where we are, because we know that the percentage of people that come back for more and more and more, they buy maybe a pillow to try it.
Yeah.
Afterwards, they'll buy a duvet, then they buy a mattress, because the quality is so high. Nothing, absolutely nothing beats quality. Quality wins.
AAA grade Mulberry Silk.
They're literally the best.
If Elon Musk called me right now,
you'd drop dead.
Well, I would. Yeah, I haven't got a phone with me. It's like, wow, that's real technology there. And he said, I want to give you my entire Bitcoin stash, which is worth several billion, 100 billion, for the finest silk money can buy. It would be AAA grade.
And all I say
there is no better.
All I say to people is quite simple. What Rob has said, simply check it on your computer.
Yeah.
Type in all about silk, Wikipedia or Google. This is what they will tell you, word for word. Within the bedding industry, the professionals consider Mulberry silk to be the king of silks. Now that's an interesting word, isn't it? King. There can only be one king. Others can aspire to be king, would like to be king, but sorry, there's only one king. And in the silk industry, that king is Mulberry. Yes. And we must also mention this. When it comes, the 2 things you must remember when you're buying anything, Do I need it? Is it better than what I have? And is it value for money? It is better than what you have if you're sleeping under man-made fibers, duck, goose, or feather. Is it value for money? These products are being offered this morning at a price which is slightly less than we were charging for the duvet when we first launched it on the United Kingdom TV 22 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And remember, Allergy UK.
Allergy U, well, we haven't mentioned that. No. Allergy U, this is the most difficult certificate to get. This one was issued yesterday for 1 year. We've had this for the last 35, 36 years.
Renewed every year.
They issue it for 1 year at a time. Because very often companies get certificates like this. They place them in the wall and they're there 40 years later. They're brown with age. And these companies let their standards drop. Can't happen with us. The Allergy Board, who are based in Warwick University, they're very clever people. They walk into our premises unannounced. They don't tell us they're coming. They just come in, they check that everything we're saying in television is accurate. The quality of our products are as stated on television. And if they're not, this is taken away overnight. Yeah. And it's issued for 1 year at a time. We have it for Canada, USA, United Kingdom, Ireland, all of the EU countries, New Zealand, 27 of them, New Zealand and Australia. You see, what satisfies the authorities in New Zealand might not satisfy and will not satisfy the authorities in Canada, the USA. Yeah. But on this occasion, the quality of the product is so high. The manufacturing process is so perfect, they can find no fault. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see this Allergy Board certificate on any product in Britain, buy it, because very few products have it.
Right, we have 3 of the double left and 4 of the king. It's the last handful of people. Remember, 10-year guarantee with the duvet, minimum.
Well, Rob, you realise how many duvets you've sold? This must be a record show. And to the viewers, thank you very much.
And you're going to be so, honestly, you're in for such a treat. If you've never slept under or on Mulberry Silk before, it's going to, I believe it, genuinely, it's going to transform your life. And remember, for those that are still teetering on the edge here about getting a duvet or a pillow, this is not only AAA grade Mulberry Silk, it's 100% full-length fibre, the full length, which is 1 to 2 miles long each fibre. And it's about 15 miles in the duvets of silk and about 8-9 miles in the pillows, right?
Yeah.
And then on the outside, it is purely Egyptian cotton, 220 to 230.
The cotton we're using is 230 thread count on all of the products. 230 thread count. Anything over 180 is considered to be luxury. The cotton we're using on the duvet is 230.
30 as well. Remember, silk, it wicks away up to 30% of its weight in moisture, which means that if you sweat in bed, it's going to help keep you dry. And remember, it helps to keep you warm, the optimum temperature in terms of warmth in the winter, and it will even help keep you optimum temperature and keep you cool in the summer. You never overheat with a Mulberry Silk duvet, because that's just the nature of the property. Because look, you know, if a silkworm in one of those little cocoons got too hot, it can't just open a window.
Well, it's interesting you say that, Rob. I apologize. I should have mentioned this. When the worm is in that cocoon, that cocoon is designed, it self-regulates. If the temperature changes even 2 degrees, the worm dies.
Right.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
Absolutely.
So you'll find that silk self-regulates.
Yes.
And the benefits are just tremendous.
It's designed to keep the worm safe in any weather conditions.
Correct.
Are constantly changing.
Correct.
That's why those benefits and properties then are handed down to you when they're in this bedding. We're going to go to the pillow. There are hundreds of you who bought the pillow tonight. Congratulations. If you do nothing else tonight, get yourself a pillow. Is this the best pillow that money can buy? I believe it is. Will you discover that this is the best pillow money can buy? I believe you will. Should you buy this now? Only if you want to sleep better than you've ever slept before, because I believe you will. And every email I said, look, I said, call me a liar. If you want to, if you've bought these and they're like, and you're like, oh, they're rubbish. They don't know. You stick it on an email and I'll read it out, because I never, and I've always said that, never had one person. And I've always asked, if everything we've said is true tonight, please email us. And we've had dozens of you emailing tonight, genuine customers who have attested to the fact that we are telling the truth. And because you've got an unconditional money back guarantee, if you get this pillow home, or when you get this pillow home, when you get the duvet home, even when you get the mattress home, if you sleep on this for a night, 2 nights, 3, 4 nights, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you are not sleeping better than you've ever slept before, more comfortable than you've ever been before in bed, if everything that we have said turns out to be utter garbage, you literally, you literally just look at the tag on your bedding. All the contact info is there, including the website for RK UK, and you will get 100% of the money you've paid for the pillow, the duvet, or the mattress, or the pillowcase back, less the P&P. The P&P is the only part we can't refund because we have to pay, obviously, the postman. So, in other words, you're taking a punt for a £5 on some, and it's capped P&P. So if you bought a duvet, a pillow, and a pillowcase tonight, you'd only pay £4.95 P&P for all of it.
That's fantastic. You know, I a few months ago sent a book to a friend of mine. I enjoy reading, and I'd read this book and enjoyed it, and I sent it to him so he could enjoy it. For a regular little book in the post office, they charged me £12.
Yeah.
So when you start talking about pillows and duvets for £4.95, again, value for money. You know, the buying team here, they're very, very clever people. They're tenacious. They're good at their job. They buy. You can only buy this, all of our products, from myself at a live exhibition or from Shop and TV. And ironically, Shop and TV, because they buy large quantities and because they're willing to work in very small margins, they pass the saving on to the viewer. So it's a win-win situation for the customer. You can buy it from Shop and TV at a price that's less than I charge at a live presentation.
Sorry to interrupt. Okay, so we have one of each of the double, one of the double and one of the king size.
I'll buy the last two.
If you don't check out now, you've missed it. What I recommend you do is go to the phone line 0333 241 241, because if people have got this in their basket and they're not checking out and you want one, I mean, you could still go online because there's one of each left, so it will still be showing as available. But if you go onto the telephones, then that will instantly reserve one for you and you can pay for it and be done with it. Unless a few bounce back, even if they do, you're still talking less than single figures by the time we go off.
Rob, we can't be left with two. We'll buy one each.
I will buy one each. Well, I'm always in the market for an extra pillow. It is an extraordinary show. You've made such a wise decision. You really have. And at least, as I say, start with a pillow, because once you get the pillow, we're scheduled to be on the air in August.
Yeah, I would say
stock comes back in again, so it's going to be probably.
We are limited to the amount of top quality silk we can get.
Yeah.
There's plenty of silk in the market. You can buy raw silk, you can buy wild silk, you can buy Tussa silk. Now, most of the silk products in Britain are Tussa silk, which compared to Mulberry is a vastly inferior silk. Yeah. So we are governed by Mother Nature. We're waiting for the next. When we run out of silk, AAA grade Mulberry, we sit on our hands, we stop manufacturing.
And there are two things that affect that, because first of all, the worms are animals. That's seasonal. When they
and the tree that provides the white mulberry leaf only flourishes in any commercial quantity in central and eastern China. 90% of all the silk in the world comes from China. Roughly 5-6% from India. But Indian silk, and the Indian people know this. I'm not being rude about Indian silk, trying to upset Indian people, but Indian silk is inferior to Chinese silk. The Chinese are the masters.
We started with, I think we had close to 1,000. How many of these pillows did we start with?
A lot.
It was a lot. So there are less than 100 left.
Okay.
Which, now that's a lot. That is less than 80 now. This could sell out by later on in the day as well, because these pillows get two. If you've got a whole, look, what have you got to lose? If you've got, let's say, yourself and your partner, if there are two of you, and then you've got a kid or two or more, get everybody a pillow. Now, if you want to get two for the kids, like David's got two, because they might want to sleep on two, you're great for sitting up in bed. Great if you have to sit up in bed because you're bed bound and what have you. Two pillows is ideal. You know, if you've got, I don't know, a couple £100 spare, or you're doing PayPal Pay in 3 and you can spread it over 3 months anyway, get as many pillows as you need, because I guarantee you won't be returning them. I absolutely guarantee it. You're going to sleep on these.
They're £60 each normally.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Plus £5 postage.
Yeah, and again, fibre core, small fibre core for support, and so they keep their shape, and then full length, unbroken, full fibre Mulberry silk wrapped around that, and then the Egyptian cotton exterior. And you're
washable. Wash it as often as you want.
Washable. As I say, I put...
Because all people, Rob, every single person, little child, young people, old people, people my age, they dribble when they sleep.
Yeah, of course.
You know, sweat comes off,
does.
and your pillow will go yellow. So you just take this and you wash it. This is the one I sleep on at home.
Yeah.
I bring it with me. It's been slept on for 6 years. That's roughly 15,000 hours. It's been washed 15 to 20 or more, 20 times, maybe 25 times. Wash it a cold wash, 30 degrees, tumble dry or line dry. See, look. Cannot lose shape and possible.
Pillows are what, 5-6 years old? They've never lost shape.
I bring it with me, especially to hold it up on TV. Look at the condition of it. It's like the day I took it out the wrapper, and I sleep in this every night.
And they come back to, you know, absolute, almost brand new quality when you wash them.
Because
the product, fit in the regular washing
because it is a quality product, and I keep stressing, Robin, you know this. Nothing beats quality.
No.
If you buy cheap, you buy twice or 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
15 million pillows go into landfill in Britain every year. Cheap pillows that people waste their money on, actually waste their money. You invest in one of these pillows, you'll be sleeping on it like Rob in 6 years' time.
I'm afraid we've had another sellout. Ray, the Arctic blue has sold and the white are both sold out now.
Oh,
with the pillowcase. How are we in danger of any of the others selling out, or are we okay on stocks with the single? No, on the pillowcases, Fraser. Just waiting for information. We've got 20 desert, which is the sort of beige colour, and we have 15 sage. So those also could sell out. So you've only got the sage. I mean, actually, the most popular colour, I think, is the sage, isn't it?
Yeah.
So sage and the beige.
Oh, well,
sage and beige.
It's been a very busy show. As you know, Rob, as I mentioned earlier, it's my birthday next week, right?
Birthday for next
You think I should mention to Martin, we've done well. My son Martin runs the business now. I think I maybe, because we've more or less sold out, maybe he'll give me something extra in my pay packet. What do you think?
I think at the very least, Ray, I think
I've got more chance of being struck by lightning.
Knowing Martin, he'll to incentivise you, he'll take some out, I think. But I do hope at the very least you get an extra dollop of chocolate on your birthday cake.
Well, we'll see what happens.
We're technically sold out of the duvets. If you're in the checkout process, you may be lucky enough to get them. Otherwise, we can't update you anymore once we go off the air. But the pillows, we're down to about 70 of the pillows now. We started with 100, nearly 1,000 of them, I think. And then the pillowcases, again, the sage, which is the green, and the beige. There are less than 60 of the pillows now.
It's amazing, isn't it?
There's been a mad rush. The best pillow money can buy, I believe.
The viewers,
get it while you can.
The viewers have been very kind. Thank you. Your business is greatly appreciated, and I promise you, we will give you good after-sales service. Please buy it in the knowledge that we will give you good after-sales service.
When they call you, do they go off to some call centre?
No. When you call our office, somebody will actually answer the telephone, a living, breathing human being. We won't play you music for the 20 minutes.
Also, as you say, Martin, your son, has taken over the family.
Yeah, I'm more or less retired.
This company's been in business for well over
67 years now.
67 years. It has a real pedigree.
I started when I was very young.
So, and that's family line will continue. So you are always covered, if you'll pardon the pun, when you have a Mulberry Silk Duvet. If in 10 years, 15, 20 years from now, you have any issue with any of your bedding, and just bear in mind, what you're buying now, you'll be sleeping on or under, potentially, in 15, 20, 30 years' time.
Yes, it's an investment.
Duvets may...
Think of it as an investment.
Yeah.
this is not something you buy and replace every 4 or 5 or 6 years, or every.
Yeah.
This is going to last. It'll last you everything we've been showing you.
14
the
years
best
old.
parts of your adult life. It will last you.
14 years, Kieran's is.
Yeah, yeah.
Who said that, Fraser? Mark has just emailed as well. Oh, in fact, let me just read that. He's just said, come on, update, Mulberry's, come on. It's not updating. Mark said he bought his duvet, what was it? He purchased a double duvet pillow and pillowcase 5 years ago. He said, all as good as the day he... Yeah. Oh, I've got it now. All as good as the day he purchased. I used to wake up sweaty and warm and bed sheets damp, hot and cold with fibromyalgia and shingles. I would give my car back before quilt, pillow and pillowcase. Was dubious with the thickness, but the temperature regulation is tremendous. And that's from Mark.
And again, I know we're running short of time.
Yes.
Just something I'd like to stress. These are allergy board approved. Dust mites do not like silk. No. They simply don't like silk. When they come in contact with silk, they pack a bag and they emigrate. So anybody who with allergies, especially breathing allergies, I'm not a doctor, I'm making no ridiculous claims. Common sense will tell you, get rid of the dust mites in your pillow and your duvet. You're walking in the right direction.
And your mattress as well.
And your mattress.
That's one of the things I love because, look, I mean, dust mites are safe per se. They, we live around them, but it's actually their poo that is the allergy.
You're absolutely right.
You know what I mean?
Rob, you're absolutely 100%. You're always right, Rob. It's annoying.
Oh, thank you.
It's annoying.
Can I get that in writing? We've got, I think, hundreds of you are on the website at the moment. Please check out. You must check out. We're down to how many of the pillows now? 40 of the pillows. 60 pillows have gone literally in three or 4 minutes. We're out of time, Ray.
I'm definitely going to ask for a pay rise.
I think I am as well. Or threaten to leave, threaten to resign. No, threaten to work.
You'd miss the place,
But
Rob.
if I ask our CEO for a pay rise, he'll just laugh in my face.
Well, he's a nice man.
He is a nice man.
When he's asleep.
You don't ever
he's asleep.
Don't ever don't ever attack his wallet. God forbid you actually get paid for your value.
Yeah.
Ray, thank you so much.
Thank you to the viewers.
These will pay you for your value, though, that's for sure. Thank you so much for ordering from us tonight. I'm off tomorrow, but I will be with you Saturday night and Sunday night. And from all the team here at Shop on TV, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Take care.